Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by the REC Toycast. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Eric Icarus.
We're also brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. Eric, how are you doing, my
Doing
friend?
good, man.
You can follow us on Instagram at REC Podcast. You can follow myself at Roman REC Podcast, and you can follow yourself.
Gulag _J_ Wielden.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what we're doing, tell us below. Let us know what's going on. Let us know what you think of the content, and if there's anything that we can work on, or just things that you like or dislike. We want good feedback. We want good criticisms, and we make this show for us, but with you in mind.
Right.
If you have any things you'd like to say, please comment below. We love to hear it. How are you doing this week, brother?
Good, man.
Good. We had lots of fun stuff with WandaVision this week.
Yeah, it was
lots of fun
pretty
stuff.
crazy. I'm assuming this is the last episode.
We've got 2 more left.
2 more?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's a total of 9.
Oh, wow.
But we'll get back to that in a moment. We actually had some interesting news tidbits here and there that we need to talk about. First off, McFarlane Toys stated that they will no longer be putting guns inside of their action figures.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Considering most of, or a lot of his characters are gun-toting maniacs.
And I think it's mostly just
Are they
going to
do walkie-talkies?
I think it's mostly for the DC figures.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be for his like Spawn figures and stuff like that. But for the DC figures, especially after they did that Grim Reaper Batman, where I mean he had more guns than the Punisher.
Yeah. So what was the outcry here?
I just think it's parents like, I don't want my kids to have all these guns with their toys. I
mean, they got to realize that. Yeah, kids probably buy these, but they're mostly for people like us who buy these. We buy them for the sculpt, the detail, and the accuracy to the character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're going to be taking guns away from certain characters, it might not pick it up, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna kind of take away from it.
The only positive I'll say that comes from it is because, I personally don't believe that, guns inside of action figures are perpetuating anything, but it's going to help the secondary market, the guys who make custom guns.
Yeah,
it's going to help them.
Oh my! Yeah. You always leave it at the bright side.
It's going to help the customizers do some really cool accessories.
That's awesome, man. I like that, dude. That's pretty cool.
There is at least one positive there.
Sure.
I think it stinks, but hey, they got to make money, and I understand. If they're seeing a dip in sales because of so many guns.
Do you think that's why?
I don't know, because the figures are beautiful.
They are.
So,
and again, I don't think a lot of kids are buying these. It's for people like us.
It's all adult collector stuff.
Yeah. And we want our guns.
Yeah, guns.
Guns, baby.
It stinks, but there's plenty of guns in those first few series. I wonder if it'll drive any of those earlier series up in price.
Because of the weapons.
Because the weapons will no longer be usable. So
what does this stop? It's like no more knives.
I think they'll still do knives and swords.
No more sharp like boots or anything like that.
Rounded scissors. It's just stern talking to.
Yeah,
these days.
He just got his Batman going.
You better not. You better not. Do it, and I'll spank you. All right.
And then Marvel's just like shaking their head like, you just keep shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah. Well, they can't now. They just maybe they drop something on their foot. But hey, I get it. You got to make money. But yeah, I'd be curious to see if any of those McFarlane figures that had a bunch of guns in them go up, because they'll be size accurate. They'll be made for the grips of those figures. So anything else won't always be exactly what it needs to be. So that was kind of interesting in toy news. DC also released casting news for a Supergirl that will be apparently in this Flash movie that has everybody, including all of the Batmans and everything. Sasha Callie. I'm not entirely sure. She's from Boston, but she does have some Hispanic look to her.
Mm-hmm.
Not really the Kryptonian that I'm familiar with.
Sure.
Because it was kind of, like on Krypton, like there's a lot of like blonde, like a lot of the women are like blonde.
Right. Very Aryan looking.
Very, so it's.
But it's kind of disingenuous to think that they don't have a south of the border in Krypton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They
probably have like a Mexico equivalent.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Hey man, I'm listening.
I'm being very progressive here.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm down with it.
Oh, I'm
down with the brown, okay?
Oh god. I don't even understand what you mean. It would be funny if they flipped it like Jor-El's like super blonde, like like the guys or like the heavy blondes and the females are the brunettes. Or and then the females are the brunettes and vice versa with the guys. But yeah, it's interesting casting. I have no idea we don't even know what this Flash movie is. It's
probably going to be referencing Flashpoint.
Yeah, multiverse type stuff is what it feels like.
This is DC doing the Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, no, it is. You're right, because they were already, which stinks though, because Snyder did kind of set this up
he did
earlier on.
You're right,
but
Feige and the team were probably already like mapping this Wanda nonsense out.
Yeah, well, they didn't rush it. Like literally, in your first Justice League type movie, you're already talking about a multiverse. It took 20 movies for DC
and
for Marvel,
10+ years
to okay, guys, they might be ready for the concept of other heroes from other worlds crossing over. And then, Into the Spider-Verse was so powerful.
Very amazing.
Now, I think a big part of that is because really the Spider-Man variants weren't exactly like one another.
Right.
The looks were very, very different. So if you would have had Peter B. Parker and the blonde Peter Parker together, it might have been a little weird. Sure. But you had, a female, a pig, a guy only in black and white, a Japanese robot chick,
right,
Miles Black. You had enough variants to where
the diversity was very amazing in there.
Yeah,
and the thing is, it was diverse, but you were there for Spider-Man. It was very eclectic, and you got a sense of these people, but ultimately, at the end of the day, they were just all great Spider-Men and women.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? They embodied who the hero was.
Yes,
that's all that really matters.
The connecting thing besides a spider is the fact that they're like true heroes throughout the web of the multiverse.
Right.
So that did so well, and we're seeing other people take off with it. I'm unfamiliar with this actress. She's really just been in mostly some TV stuff, and then she had like 9 credits to her name. So we'll see if it's meant for her to branch out and do other things.
Right. Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're going to get the people who... Look, she doesn't look like Supergirl. But if she can embody the character, I'm definitely all for it.
I mean, we're just going to assume that, they're going to have like a more diverse Krypton.
Yeah.
That's probably what we're going to be going for. Because seriously, even in the old school Superman movies, their Donner Superman all white Kryptonians. So I get it. You want to branch out. That's cool. I'm down with it. I'm down with it, baby.
As like I said, just capture the essence of the character,
and that's all we want.
Yeah, if you can act well enough, like we don't need to see what you look like. You just project who that character is.
Right. I mean, I think we could maybe guess on what how she becomes Supergirl, or why she's hanging around Jor-El and Cal.
Well, I mean, the classic story is she's actually meant to raise Clark.
Oh, she is.
Yes, but her stuff gets knocked off course.
Right.
When she wakes up, she's expecting to find a baby Kal-El, and not only is he not a baby, he's fully grown, and the world, let alone the universe's greatest hero.
Right. So she's like, but I think she might. Okay, so she's a nanny, essentially.
Yeah.
And she's Spanish, so maybe they're kind of going for that.
Okay. That's progressive. Marvel's got some good news for us. A lot of people
I thought that was great news.
A lot of people were hashtagging happy Punisher and Jessica Jones back to Marvel Day.
Yeah.
The rights have
with guns.
Yeah, the licensing rights have lapsed over at Netflix for those 2 particular characters, and now Marvel can freely use them in any type of film property.
All I gotta say is welcome back.
Yes, welcome back to the fold. I can see them. I mean, they've already talked about keeping Bernthal to do more Punisher stuff.
Please keep Ritter. Yeah. Love her. Keep her. She's amazing.
With the 9-episode format that it seems like Disney Plus is doing with these things, that's a perfect amount of Punisher shows. You could just do 6 episodes. You don't need to draw them out. I don't know that I want a Punisher movie.
I think the characters that they selected for the Netflix heroes work perfect as TV show heroes. I think their stories are a lot more dense.
Yeah,
it's harder to tell. There's a lot more nuance to Jessica Jones, Daredevil, and Punisher, Luke, and the other one.
Yeah, the blonde one.
Yeah, the one we all don't talk about.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I think I don't want a movie from any of those characters.
Yeah.
I like them on on the TV.
Keep Coulter, keep Ritter, keep Cox, keep Bernthal. Get rid of old Noodle Hair.
Finn, and but not to say I wouldn't like to see them cameo. I'd love to see them in properties all day. I think that's going to be great. I mean, we might be getting that with Charlie Cox in the new Spider-Man movie. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. And, Jessica Jones has a lot of ties to Peter Parker in the comic books. So
they go to the same high school.
Yes.
So, and she used to have a crush on Peter.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah, isn't it?
I like it. Everyone's got a crush on Peter.
And he knew her as Coma Girl.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. She's like, wait, you don't know my name? He's like, oh, were you Coma Girl? He's like, that's what you guys know me as? And then Luke is all jealous.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, baby, what do you mean by crush?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was, yes, everybody likes Peter. He was the nerd that we all wish that we were. It was like, oh, I'm a nerd and girls, but it turns out all the girls like him.
Right.
Yeah.
Just gotta have confidence, kids.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
spider powers.
And spider powers.
So yeah, that's awesome that they can start using those characters. We're still a year or two off from them actually using them probably.
Totally.
But you can have them show up in
here and there.
It would be cool if they threw them in Spider-Man.
Because again, Punisher, huge ties to Spider-Man, considering he debuted in a Spider-Man comic book. So
you could have Punisher coming after him, because it looking like he killed Mysterio.
Right.
So, I mean, that would be dope.
That's the way to do it right there, bro.
Yeah, that would be interesting. WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. This show, especially after those first 2 episodes, were so boring. They were boring.
They were just slow burn.
Slow burn. I'll take slow burn, but it was boring, guys. It's just been a nonstop ride from episode 4, because even 3 was just okay. We're starting to turn the heat up. It was in the preheat phase still.
Yeah, totally simmering.
But
just simmering.
Episode 4, 5, 6, and now 7 have been. Each episode has been as good, if not better, than the last one.
Absolutely.
Spoilers, kids. We've had the great Evan Peters cameo back as Pietro Maximoff. I specifically left this off the last show that we talked about it. There was yet another GameStop leak that ruined this for me.
Okay.
And I didn't want to ruin it for you guys. And it was the Quicksilver Funko Pop. But it said Pietro Maximoff in quotes.
Oh, come on.
That was what the figure said, and I was like, dang it.
That's almost as bad as the Batman Phantasm reveal.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
Yes. So, yeah. Spoilers, we've already spoiled the end of this episode. This episode was jam-packed with all kinds of crazy, fun, entertaining stuff. It was in the theme of Modern Family, which excellent show.
Yeah, you got to do with the mockumentary. Just referencing all of those Office, Parks and Rec, and of course Modern Family, which I think it was kind of mostly pulling from.
Yeah, felt very much like the Dunphy family and all of that stuff. We got to see the Sword Agents when they were pulled in to the Hex at the end of the previous episode, and them being kind of folded into this reality with them kind of being a circus, which is just
cool.
Funny.
That is very funny.
And we had Darcy chained up before the Hex took them in, and she's like an escape artist in there. And it was funny that the strong man who's chasing her was the guy who actually locked her up.
Yes.
So he's trying to make her stay where she's at, and she's not having it. Monica Rambeau, they keep warning her not to enter the Hex again because she's been through the portal twice.
Yes.
And, it's changing her molecules.
Yeah, pretty much. On a subatomic level,
yes.
She's becoming something else.
Something more. And she has to go in again. And at this point, when she exits, she's straight up basically got her powers.
Yeah.
And in the comics, it's very much like Captain Marvel. Yep. It's energy absorption, redistribution, stuff like that.
Right.
Strength,
just
flight.
Manipulation nonsense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, we see her in her, her eyes are like a light blue.
Yeah.
She can see the energy auras.
Yep.
Something that I don't know if they had to have meant to do it, but when she was looking at the power lines, the energy auras looked very much like Magneto's powers,
the
magnetism.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were doing that on purpose, or
it's got to be a little,
or
if
maybe her powers look like that in more recent incarnations.
Sure.
Now she's definitely having some ability, but we're not seeing the full extent of that, which is pretty cool. she does have an interaction with Wanda, and where it looks like they're going to kind of fight. She gets kind of blasted away and does a classic superhero landing. And as we've said in the past, she is Photon. She is a Captain Marvel character. I cannot wait for the meeting with Carol and her. Again.
Right. I want to see I want to get the closure on that.
I would be cool if she shows up in the show to check on her.
Why not?
Yeah. Why wouldn't she come check on her best friend's daughter?
Right. Maybe that's why there's beef.
There's total beef too. Yeah, there's total beef.
Maybe she can shed some light on this situation.
Right. Good. Thank you. We had another cool commercial where it's talking about Nexus antidepressants.
Yes.
And it's very telling to the audience. Basically the slogan being when it's not your fault, take these pills. And in comics there is a nexus of realities which is guarded by the Man-Thing, and it's basically a tear in, you can go to another reality through there. The Nexus Hub was referenced in Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yes, it was.
It's where Jarvis is protecting the nuclear codes and everything, keeping Ultron out, but they called it the Nexus Hub. And it was for internet. Very cool, very modern. But now that we definitely have magic, we can have, the nexus of reality guarded by the Man-Thing, which I would love.
Right.
I love the Man-Thing.
He's good.
Conceptually a cool character. Anything that knows fear burns at his touch.
Think Swamp Thing, but just I think cooler.
Mindless.
I just think he's mindless, and I think he's just cooler.
Yeah.
I think he just looks cooler.
He looks cooler, but Swamp Thing does cooler stuff. They both do cool things. It's just you get dialogue with Swamp Thing. So
right, yeah.
DC's Swamp Thing.
You get the Swamp Thing and the Man-Thing.
Yeah.
I think the Nexus, it's reality or time. So maybe we get
that's
something.
true
We get a reference to maybe some the timekeepers.
We know we're getting multiverse stuff.
Right.
We know we're getting Kang the Conqueror.
Yes.
So that could play into all of those things.
I mean, it's the sky's the limit here. The Kang and the Man-Thing.
Yeah. And the greatest annual of all time, Giant Size.
Man-Thing. Go pick that up, kids.
Thing. Yeah.
I mean, wait.
Don't hurt yourself. It's Giant Size. I think that's what my wife's talking about when she says we say inappropriate things.
Oh, is that what it was?
I think so. I mean,
if you're thinking about a Nexus tear, it's Giant Size Man-Thing.
Dang, man, nice. We did get the big reveal, and I really wanted to get your thoughts on this. Okay. All this whole time we've thought that Agnes was Agatha Harkness. And spoilers, it is revealed to be true.
Yes.
I did not care for in the way it was funny how they were doing it. Right. I was like, it was Agnes the whole time. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was like a show toony type feel to it. And they kind of went and recapped, and you saw her twisting things, making things happen and differently. And it gives us as fans a way out on Wanda that she's being mind controlled a bit, which I loved the thing where she's like, sweetie, you think you're the only one with magic kind of thing.
Right.
And then does to her eyes what she did to the Avengers in Age of Ultron.
Exactly.
Where she made them see different things, and she has her own kind of version of that. So this is a very big change from Agnes from the comic books, who is kind of a shepherd of Wanda, trying to keep her contained and also help her control her abilities.
Like a mentor of sorts.
We also saw what we believe to be the Darkhold, which is a dark magic book that exists in the Marvel Universe.
Yes, it does.
Originally bound to the spirit of this interdimensional demon Chthon or Chthon or something. A Dormammu-esque type character.
Pretty much.
Just for all intents
Lives
and purposes.
in the void.
Yes. So that's big. Agatha Harkness is not usually bad at all.
No.
Very much on the side of good.
We all saw this coming.
We did.
If you were a casual, even if you were a casual comic book fan, you would know who she was.
Yeah.
And
Agnes is too weird a name.
Right. And maybe they weren't trying to be subtle about it. Maybe they were wanting us to know the
There
whole
is
time,
another this is the over here. Look over here.
Right.
This is the abracadabra.
Right.
What's
we need the sleight of hand.
Yeah.
And even the episode's called Breaking the Fourth Wall.
Yes.
So maybe it is, giving us all of the expectations we wanted or even thought we had a hold of.
Yeah.
And, even if they leave it like this, I'm okay with it. It's fine. But if they give us a twist on this and it turns out maybe she's not who she says she is.
Yeah.
I'll be okay with that too.
I would be too. I like how this whole time we've been thinking that it's been Wanda trying to keep Vision occupied.
Right.
But it's been Agnes.
Yes.
So I did like that.
Right.
Because I didn't think about her having that effect on the situation.
Did you going back? What didn't you like about the reveal? Was it just did it undercut it with the music?
The music.
Sucked the
it was
scene out.
Yeah, it was meant to be. It should have been a stronger hit to me.
Right.
But maybe it's because we all knew who she was.
Maybe.
And they were just like, "Hey, we're gonna do." You guys are right. Like it may be for our benefit.
Sure.
Which I'm fine with.
Right, but you could have used more of a dramatic reveal.
Yes.
And maybe more of a her getting up in her face, kind of like, hey, you think you're the only one who can do magic.
Yeah. And, I want to fight more.
I want a showdown,
manipulation.
Baby. Right.
And I still think we're going to get it.
We'll get a showdown.
But I do think, ultimately, I think we're going to get Vision back out of this for sure.
I think so. In his white form.
I think we're going to get Wanda, but she might be in her kind of like dampened form.
Oh.
Like they may do something to her to kind of like block this from her.
I think that would make
it's going to trigger the later stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because 2 reasons. Yes, because it's for things for the benefit down the road of the MCU, I'm assuming it's going to happen sooner than later. But also, she's very OP. Mm-hmm. You put someone out like that in the field. I mean, she almost took Thanos out by herself.
Yes.
So they got to, you're right, they got to dampen her down a little bit.
And it'll have more cause for her, to have the children disappear. So, like, what I'm assuming is that Agatha is trying to birth the children out to get their power and this and that. And she still may be working for Mephisto. I don't know. A minion of Mephisto.
Right.
Whatever. Very much since we're not going to get the Mordu Dormammu thing, maybe this will replace that a bit.
We just don't want it ending with, I came to bargain.
Yeah.
Mephisto.
Paul Bettany still has let slip that there's still a major cameo to show up, and it might be Doctor Strange.
Right now,
I'm feeling
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange or Mordo. I think we're going to get some other connection to that.
Yeah, I think, yes.
Because maybe she gets mind wiped.
Or we even get our Carol Danvers cameo.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally. Something major. Major.
Yeah.
They are doing the damn thing. It is... the show is excellent.
Yes, it is.
I cannot wait for this week's episode, but we've only got 2. We only got 8 and 9. They're supposed to be longer, but then again, I heard that 7, 8, 9 were supposed to be an hour long. So
right. So we just misdirection. It's all the magic. It's all the sliding.
It's all this stuff to look over here, and then the real trick is going on over here.
Right.
And I think Feige's doing it.
He's doing great.
I think he's doing it. He's giving us the Agnes thing.
Yes.
Like, you guys figured it out. Episode 1.
Did you?
Yeah.
But this show was the one I was most excited for. Yeah. When we talked about this before all this dropped, all these shows were dropping, and I did not think in my heart of hearts it was going to catch on like this. Yeah. Everybody loves this show. It's got worldwide acclaim.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be maybe one of the more quirky...
The jumping the shark type thing?
Not necessarily jumping the shark, just more of like, that's Marvel's quirky little fun show with Wanda and Vision. Not a almost retconning the whole MCU show. This show has got major ramifications, and it's going to vibrate through the whole MCU.
Yeah.
And I did not expect that to come from this show.
I didn't expect us to get at least one new character in like I didn't expect Monica Rambeau to be in the show.
No, I didn't either.
Us getting Agent Wu back is awesome. Us getting Darcy back is
which
awesome.
All-star for me. She's killing it in there. I love her.
And and we still could get Vision and Pietro in some form. Because again, spoilers, it was revealed that Agatha's the one who brought
Pietro back through however.
Maybe just toying with her, because even in the show Wanda tells her boys, that man is not your uncle.
Right.
So she's like not having
Don't listen
it
to him, yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting if we get him or if we don't get him long term. That's just Feige messing with us too, because at this point it means nothing that he was Quicksilver in the other universe.
Right. You know what I think would be kind of cool?
What's that?
Is if Agatha brings Pietro, quote unquote, back into this reality, right? Into the MCU. And then they're fighting, and then Quicksilver is jumping in, and then she resurrects her brother to take on that Quicksilver. I would be kind of down for that.
Like you showed me what power I have.
Exactly.
And then,
here's my Yeah, and then he could just have like a cool quippy line. You know?
You didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
I mean, it writes itself. It writes itself. Man, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to even speculate where the show is going to go.
Yeah,
because they've been throwing me for a loop every episode since episode 2 or 3.
I'm done trying to decipher.
Me too. It's great. This is a go along for the ride kind of show. Yeah. It's definitely for me. It's got the same kind of vibe with when I started watching True Detective.
Ooh.
It was I stopped trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. I stopped trying to analyze things. I'm like, I just want to enjoy this and sit in the moment with this show. And it's definitely giving me those vibes, man. Because I don't know what's going to happen.
It's interesting, and there's something else going on here too. And if we get in Falcon and Winter Soldier, if we get another introduction,
right,
we have almost all of the Young Avengers. At this point,
dude. Yeah.
So we have Wiccan and Speed.
Yep. Uh-huh.
We know Kate Bishop is in Hawkeye.
Yes.
Who else do we?
We got Hulk. We need Hulkling. We got Skrulls running around.
We have Skrulls running around.
So we could get Hulkling.
We know King the Conqueror is coming, so we can get a young Iron Lad at some point.
Yes.
So we just need
Asgardian, and we have Asgardians running around.
No, that's Wiccan.
Oh, that's Wiccan.
Is that? Yeah.
Okay.
So at first he's Asgardian, but then he turns into
Gotcha.
Wiccan. Yeah.
Okay.
Then, Asgardian is Wiccan.
Then Iron Lad.
Iron Lad is Kang the Conqueror.
That's
his younger self. Yeah, sorry. That's his younger self, saying, "Hey, I don't want to be this. You guys can help me."
Right.
And so we just need oh my god, what is his name? We need Patriot, but it's Isaiah Bradley's grandson, but I can't remember his name right now. So that's the last one. That's the last one.
We can easily, that's easily put in there.
Yeah.
But Isaiah Bradley, I mean, why not make him Wakandan? Taking up the mantle for Cap.
Yeah, but I mean, because then you really lose that great Isaiah Bradley storyline where
it is a cool story
that it was done to somebody else first,
right?
But you could have it be if he shows up in Falcon Winter Soldier, you can have him get like a blood transfusion from Bucky.
It's sure.
Since Bucky's juiced,
right?
So you can have that be the thing, and then that's why he kind of takes on because the Patriot look at first is very much like Bucky's old school costume.
Oh no!
And then with the later on becomes the Domino. What's it? Domino mask?
Yeah, Domino mask.
Yeah, it later becomes that, but then at first it's kind of like you're not sure who he is, so he's got a whole mask,
like a beekeeper's mask.
No, not that, not quite like that. But it's got a red domino, but then it's like blue and it covers his whole face.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean we're only 2 people away from having a full Young Avengers.
I mean,
team.
and they've been hinting at it.
Yes,
we're probably gonna get it sooner than later. And, if you haven't read Young Avengers, go read it, kids. It's
we've got Cassie Lang too.
Oh my
we've got
god,
Stature. We're missing 2 people of the Young Avengers at this point,
and we just wrote that for you basically. Yeah. Just give us a scroll.
Which we know it.
They're running around out there.
They're
creeping.
So
you got to creep.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm happy. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I think that's our show.
I think that's going to be it, man.
Kids,
that's cool.
If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Again, tell us what you think of the show below. Leave us some criticisms, some things you like, some things you don't.
Really.
Just any ism. We'll talk to you.
Except jism.
We're always looking for a good time. Eric, do you have any final thoughts for us today?
You're caling me, man.
I'm caling you, man. You know, dad jokes abound. Dad jokes abound. Kids, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Check us out on YouTube. Go give us a subscribe if you're only listening on the podcasting
Which
platform.
A lot of you are, and thank you.
We're doing other shows that are just YouTube exclusives. We're doing these mailbags, showing off cool finds of the week, stuff like that. So go check us out over there. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
And I'm still Eric Icarus.
And we will catch you on the next podcast.